Hi. So today we're going to be talking about a couple of bisexual stories, one of which is the movie Tully, which is currently in theaters, and the other is the sponsor of today's video, which is my latest MMF bisexual romance, In the Moonlight, but more about that one at the end of the video. Until then, let's talk about Tully. So Tully is the latest movie from actress Charlize Theron, and it also stars Mackenzie Davis. And if you don't know who Mackenzie Davis is, she was the woman who was in love with a bisexual in Black Mirror's episode San Junipero. Or you might know her as the woman who was in love with a bisexual on the TV show Halt and Catch Fire. In this movie, she plays a departure from that, because in this movie, she plays a woman who only might be in love with a bisexual. Because yes, like she played in Atomic Blonde, Charlize Theron plays a bisexual in the movie Tully. Another bisexual movie from Charlize Theron. Okay, so there was a lot of talk about this because Charlize Theron put on a bunch of weight, put on 40 pounds to play this role. And the movie is about Charlize Theron, who we've learned very quickly is a bisexual. She's married to a guy. She has 2 kids, one of which is probably on the autistic spectrum. And she is very pregnant and days from giving birth. Her brother, who is very wealthy, decides to give her an unusual baby shower gift. And that is a night nanny. And a night nanny is someone who comes in at night and takes care of the baby so that the mother can go and get some rest, and when the baby needs feeding, she simply takes the baby to the mother nurses, takes the baby back, and just watches her for the night. So it's essentially a gift that allows the mother to get some sleep. And initially, Charlize Theron's character is not loving this idea, but then we get a montage of her having had the baby, and then her going through everything involved with the baby, and the baby's crying, and just like this whole thing of just how it's basically a Scared Straight program for guys who are single about having babies. And you go through that, and at the very end of it, Charlize Theron breaks down and decides to call the number and accept the gift from the brother. So that is when Mackenzie Davis comes in. And Mackenzie Davis comes in and says that not only will she take care of the baby, but she will be taking care of her and helping her and the baby, because the two are basically one. So Charlize Theron is hesitant about this initially, but soon it turns out that Mackenzie Davis's character is just wonderful and great, and doing all the things that that Charlize Theron's character has been putting off. And because of Mackenzie Davis's character, Charlize Theron's character is able to find herself, not just find herself, but find her sexuality again, if you know what I mean. And also just become human again. Now, is that the complete story? That is not the complete story. There is a lot more going on than that. But that's all I'm going to tell you now. So the question is this movie worth seeing in the movie theaters, or is it worth seeing just when it comes out on DVD? Because if you want more bisexual stories, you have to support the bisexual stories that come out. So I'm assuming that you're going to support this bisexual story. It's just a matter of whether you see it in theaters, or whether you see it like on DVD, or whether you see it on Netflix or anything like that. Okay, so I think that there are certain people who will absolutely get a lot out of this if they go and see it in the theater. If you are a bisexual woman who, let's say, has a family, who has some life experience, you will really, really appreciate this movie. This movie for everyone. There are definitely laughs in this movie. There weren't a lot of people in the theater because I saw an early screening, but everyone was laughing. And there's some sad moments, and there's a lot going on in this movie. So just as a movie standpoint, you'll enjoy it from that perspective. But specifically, as a bisexual woman who might have chosen your family and you have kids or stuff like that, you will get a lot from it, because I think you'll be able to relate to it very strongly. So you should see this in the theaters. Everyone else. If you're a fan of well-made short independent films, then yeah, I think you should see this in the theaters as well. If you're okay, you'll take or leave independent films, I think you're probably safe seeing this on DVD. Again, worth seeing. It's a well-made movie, and there are things I can't tell you about the movie which will make you enjoy it even more. Trust me, it's a good movie. But I think that if you're not a fan of independent movies, then you can check it out on Netflix, or you could get the DVD. Either way, you should support it, because the only way we're going to get more bisexual stories is if we support the ones that do come out. So please check out this movie, and I do believe that you will enjoy it. I enjoyed it, and it's about a mother who has kids, and the story of two bisexual women. I absolutely enjoyed it, so I think you might enjoy it as well. Now, that's one bisexual story. The other bisexual story I'm proud to say is my latest MMF bisexual romance release, which I just published yesterday, and it is called In the Moonlight. So what is this story about? This story is about a 22-year-old curvy girl who just graduated from college. She is very much an introvert, and she very much loves her fan fiction, specifically Wynn Wyatt fan fiction. And essentially, I made the character Wynn Wyatt based off of Elon Musk, the owner of Tesla and SpaceX. Anyway, so she's a lover of of Wynn Wyatt fan fiction. And she gets this awesome opportunity to be an office temp at MoonX, which is Wynn Wyatt's real life company. So she goes there, and when she's there, not only does she get the chance to meet Wynn Wyatt, but later on she goes to a bar afterwards, and she meets one of the engineers at MoonX, whose name is Drew Winter, and he is super sexy, and he is, to her surprise, into her. And because of that, let's say a lot of sexy things happen, but not just that. Meeting him, Drew Winter, and Wynn Wyatt ends up changing her from really a young woman just graduating college into a woman. And because she meets these guys, she expands into this person that she never ever imagined that she could be. Now, if you've not read any of my books, you will know that I am a fan of very complex characters. So just like all of my other books, the main character in this story, Lisa Sammy, is a very complex character. And not only that, her home life is also extremely complex. This is a story that keeps on giving, because not only do I love complex characters and complex situations, but I am a big fan of twists and turns. And just like all my previous books, this one has some serious twists and turns in it. So if you love romances, you should check out In the Moonlight. If you love bisexual romances, you should check out In the Moonlight. And if you're a fan of sexy time with two men and a woman, you should check out In the Moonlight. Currently, it's available. It's on Barnes & Noble. It's in Google. It's on Kobo. Hopefully, by the time you see this, it'll be on Apple. But it's not quite on Amazon yet. That'll be in 2 weeks' time. But there's a link in the description below that you can check out to find out where you can find not only In the Moonlight, but all of my other books, including The Muse, which will be coming out on Amazon in another week, and all of my other books. So please, if you'd like to support the channel, you can check out In the Moonlight. Very nice price, and it helps me to continue making videos like this. Also, you can give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. I do many videos on the bisexual topic. I try to do them every Sunday, and if you'd like to know when the video comes out, you can click on the subscribe button and the bell. And by clicking on the bell, you'll be letting YouTube know that you'd like to know as soon as the video comes out. Until the next video, stay cooler, my bisexual friend. Stay cooler. Bye.